I'm Claudine Wong with KTVU in the San Francisco Bay Area, and we are talking about the country trying to reopen, and specifically the San Francisco Bay Area. And I'm joined now as wonderful guests, Amelia Ceja and Dalia Ceja of Ceja Vineyards. And we always love talking to this mother-daughter duo because really you guys are so fantastic. And I know you guys have been anxiously awaiting the chance to greet wine lovers and your longtime clients back. You're still in a bit of a holding pattern, though. We've talked about some of the Bay Area counties reopening, but in terms of winery specifically, the waiting game is still on.
Correct. Some wine tasting rooms have been allowed to reopen as long as they offer food, and it's to take out the food with the wine. So bona fide wine tasting rooms are yet not reopened, although summer season is almost here, and it would be really lovely to be able to share our fabulous wines with fans.
Yes,
near and far.
We are so looking forward to reopening our Sonoma Ceja Vineyards wine tasting room doors once the shelter-in-place regulations have been lifted. We have a beautiful outdoor patio where guests will be able to visit us by appointment, but to enjoy the gorgeous Carneros wine countryside and to toast finally after months of such challenging times. So we are so excited to welcome everybody back to Casa Ceja.
Yes. Let's talk about how different it's going to look, because Amelia, I know you're doing some work with the state and officials to make sure we set new regulations, the new normal, as we keep using that term, just because, it's always this reminder to us that we don't just get to pop back into the way it was. You guys mentioned, appointments only, smaller groups. I mean, there's a lot of thought going into how this will look once you guys are allowed back in. And adorable picture of you too in front of
you. Thank you. There is the protocol for reopening is going to include first and foremost a lot of training for the hospitality team to make sure that they are protected and safe. Equally important to make sure that all the guests will be protected and safe as well. So there has to be a lot of notices posted, and we're going to try as well and make sure that to implement, and everything has to be in writing so that everyone that comes understands all of the different protocols that are going to be followed by each individual tasting room.
Do you feel like they'll still get the experience? I mean, you were saying that, tasting rooms and wineries are included in the same category as bars and places like that. But when I've talked to bars, the challenge with bars is that people like going to crowded bars. That is kind of what makes them cool, right? Like, you like being shoulder to shoulder up against the bar, trying to wave down the bartender for your drink. Like, that's kind of part of the deal. And 6 feet apart on the bar does take away a bit of the vibe. It seems to me that wineries and tasting rooms have a little more flexibility. If you keep people grouped with the people they came with, you have some more space. There's more of a conversation, but there's still some obviously concerns, but do you feel like you can preserve the experience that people are coming for?
I think so. For us, our motto is familia. It's inviting consumers from all over the world to feel part of our extended family. So they come to see us, and our team members are mostly our family members. So including that dialogue, it will be such a fabulous welcome to invite the world's consumers, wine club members back into their home in wine country.
The only thing is we will not be able to hug them.
That's true.
Which is going to be hard for you guys, I think. That'll be hard. Over.
Right, because the social distancing has to remain in place, and not even actually shaking hands will be possible. But being able to see and experience, like, sort of the lightning moment when people take a sip of our wine will be very, very special. And they will still hear our stories as well, and being able to enjoy the wine. So, and there will be less guests at the same time, but it will give us a bigger opportunity to actually get to know every single person that comes through our door.
Well, in a more intimate, personal setting, which honestly, when people come, they love that. They love that personal attention, that personal care and focus in storytelling. So actually, it's to our benefit that, you know, when people come to visit us, they will have that special, very intimate experience.
Do you imagine serving in masks and things like that? I mean, that's some of that is will make some people feel better. Some of it will feel like it's less intimate. Some of people will have a different, how will, like, logistically, I mean, I imagine there'll be hand sanitizer everywhere. You'll use one-time glasses kind of thing. So if you break down some of the details, have you guys worked that out yet?
Definitely masks from our team members.
Yes.
We will have hand sanitizers everywhere. We will have a check-in welcome station.
Yes.
Um,
With everything that will be required, spelled out, and we're hoping to also have like paperless paying systems.
yes.
Well,
Well,
POS.
and the great thing about being by appointment only, they will already have the information in the email that we provide with them with what to expect. So it's not going to be any surprise when guests do finally come to visit us, because it will all be written out and will be explained very thoroughly and in detail through email.
Every tasting room is going to be required to have a workplace, sort of a worksheet that everyone must abide by it, and explaining all of the protocols. So we haven't worked through that yet because we don't know 100% exactly what all is going to be required, but we're definitely already discussing and putting something in place.
Yes. So what works with us?
Yeah, what's the economic reality of really what's happening, though? I mean, the longer, I mean, you'll hear this from restaurants, right? The longer it goes on, you know, the takeout doesn't really obviously equal out, right? It helps, but it's not the same. Same with you guys, right? You guys offer curbside pickup, which is great, but it's obviously not the same as having a steady stream of people walking in, trying your wine, meeting you guys, and I know that face-to-face often does help with sales and people being introduced to your wine. And then appointment only, like, how is this, you guys are always so great and positive, but certainly the industry is like all the other ones, having a huge impact on this. And the longer it goes on and the uncertainty, and then going back in not the way that you used to be able to, you know, hit those goals that every business has to hit, you know, where is the economic reality for you guys and the industry and the people that you're talking to?
Well, in between Napa and Sonoma, there are roughly around 900 wineries, of which 70% of them are produce less than, let's say, 6,000 cases. So there's small, mostly family-owned, small brands, and those brands have relied on direct-to-consumer sales. So cutting that channel of the tasting rooms being closed has really impacted all of those 70% of small wineries. So being able to be innovative, like with us, our Taco Tuesday has been very helpful because we've been able to introduce our wines to new consumers. So that has maintained our sales a bit. We've added more online sales because of our Taco Tuesday Vino y Más event, which is happening today.
Yes, so happy Taco Tuesday. And the great thing about our virtual online event is that consumers, fans, wine club members can participate by cooking along with us, because we submit our Ceja Vineyards recipes, which are all available on our website, but they can also order our wines, we can ship them to them, and they can toast with us virtually every single Tuesday. So it's so fun and it's easy, and they can do it from the comfort of their home.
Yeah,
so that
has been innovation is right the key, right, in all of this, finding a different way. You have to have that personal interaction in a time when we can't get personal and interact.
Exactly.
Very true.
But how Indeed, it has definitely hurt the wine industry, especially if you don't have your wines available like on grocery stores or wine shops, which typically most small wineries don't, because we rely heavily on our wine club members and that tasting room sales and online. So it will be even more important moving forward to make sure that every single guest that visits wine country that wants to come back and that receives that wonderful attention that the wine industry is known for its storied hospitality and welcoming. So being able to make sure that everyone is safe, the hospitality team and the guests, is going to be of paramount importance. So we are all going to follow all of those careful instructions so that everyone has a great time and wants to come back with their families eventually, and their friends as well. But it will be challenging, and we will only be able to see about 50% of the guests that we typically saw during regular
In
pre-pandemic
January, yeah.
times.
I mean, last
Yeah.
December, I'm like, I know it wasn't so far away, but it feels like 100 years ago that we were able to do that. You know, I imagine that the folks who like, you know, working in those tasting rooms too and are anxious to get back. I know, you know, everyone's trying to be cautious, and in the beginning there was a lot of fear, and we just didn't really want to go out at all. And now, I mean, you can almost feel people saying, I'm still a little worried, but it's time to try to,
I'm ready.
I want to try to find the things that, you know, after I get the haircut and after, you know, you can get to those things, then you want to go back to the places that you loved and provided you some comfort. And for the employees who like interacting with people, and I mean, you guys and I have talked about this. I love talking to you guys on Zoom. I love even more talking to you guys in person, you know, I mean, and we have done that, and it is it's a different experience. You want to do Taco Tuesday with the kitchen full of people in your kitchen, I'm sure.
Well, we feel very confident that once the shelter in place regulations have been lifted, we will get back on track. We will get back to where we were, plus more. I feel now that we've connected on a different level with consumers near and far. We developed a different type of relationship. So when they finally do come to visit us, it will just be such a positive experience, an explosion of just energy and excitement. Like, I feel like I've gotten to know you online, virtually, and now we can finally, you know, meet in person and share a glass of wine, share stories, share an experience.
Which will make not being able to hug so much harder.
I know. Well, we'll do like a little elbow.
Well, we have.
Sorry, Amelia, go ahead. I interrupted you, and I didn't.
No, I echo Dalia's sentiment. I feel that there will be stronger bonds because we have gone through this whole financial and health crisis together. That I feel just bringing a little bit of joy on our fun Taco Tuesday, Vino y Más, has brought a little bit of to people's lives. So in a way, we've connected, and we've been found other ways to be able to stay connected with wine loving fans near and far.
Yes, well, that is true. Is that we share in that search for joy and some happier moments and some bright spots now more than ever. So if you had to guess, right, your wine loving friends who have eaten tacos with you guys and toasted you every Tuesday, who are saying, well, when? I mean, in your best case, because I know you guys probably sit there, and obviously you guys don't have a crystal ball, and things can change, and we'll watch the numbers and we'll wait for the officials, but in your best case scenario in your head, when you're hoping, like, let's make sure that we're ready if we get the green light, when in your head is that? I mean, are we in this month? Are we in July? Are we, you know, I mean, because the worst case scenarios we don't need to go through. I mean, those can happen, right? We have surges, they shut everything down, or we have other reasons that we have to, you know, shut things down. But if all goes like we want it to go, when do you guys think?
I feel that it may happen within the next 4 weeks.
Okay.
July.
In
Mid July.
or it could even
End
it
of-
could potentially be maybe in June. But
Just depends.
for sure, I feel that July will be the magic
Well,
month.
The magic
it's a
month of
good,
summer.
it's a good way to just kind of put your target out. I mean, we have so many things that, you know, are indefinite right now that if we just put it in our heads, if we have to push it back, we'll push it back. If we get June, we'll be excited. But
Yes.
I'll put my head in July and see if, you know, I'm like, in July, I'm going up to Ceja to do a story on reopening. That's what I'm going to put.
Yes, and we will be
Story.
toasting Miss Ceja.
Yes,
So,
fabulous.
I would not turn
Yeah.
that down. So here's the real question, the hard journalistic question, because we've talked about this and we didn't get to it in the last conversation we had, although we were able to mention it later. You've got a little one coming in.
I do, yes. I am so due within about a week or so.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
And you're still doing Taco
Oh my
Tuesday
God.
tonight.
Yes.
That's super exciting. And so, but Taco Tuesday next Tuesday?
Woo! Well,
These are
TBD.
my hard-hitting journalistic questions, right?
It's TBD for me, but yes, we hope to maintain our Taco Tuesday
yes, we will.
for the foreseeable future. I'll just have to, pick up where I left off. Even if it's down the road, baby girl will make an appearance.
Oh yes, of course.
She'll be
because she'll be ready to cook as soon as she can stand up, just like.
Yes. Well, she will know the smells, right? Like I think, the everything in utero, right? They know the smell of wine and great food and wine, both made with love. And I can't wait to meet her. It better not be on Zoom, but it might be on Zoom, but I will take whatever I can get when I can get it. But I'm so excited for you guys. That's going to be amazing. And so when we talk about bright lights and joy in this very difficult time, that is the brightest of all lights, our new babies and growing families and another strong woman in the line of succession of
That's
women.
right.
It's the fourth generation.
Yes. And I'm so proud of Dalia because, her baby's nearly due and yet she's still doing Taco Tuesday today. And she holds up so great. She has so much energy and I'm just so glad that Dalia is my daughter. I love her and we can't wait for my Dalia's baby is going to be my first nieta, my first grandchild as well. So
congratulations. It's a congratulations to both of you guys. And
thank you, Claudine.
Gracias.
Talk
Thank
about
you
a
so
lucky
much.
baby girl showered with love. I can feel it through the Zoom.
Oh.
I'm gonna give you my Zoom hug virtually, and I
We
guess
feel it.
Yes.
when we talk about it, it'll be with the newest member who's gonna probably steal my job, and she'll be taking over for all of us, conquering the world.
Oh my goodness. Well, you are an inspiration and she will be looking up to you.
That's right.
I just want to snuggle with the baby when it's safe and baby girls and new babies and new grandparents. I can wait till July if I can look forward to June being the new little one. So, all right. Well, always a great conversation. Thank you, you two. And best of luck on the planning of the reopening. Best of luck on this brand new baby girl. She's like, are you talking about me? I want her to kick me. Like,
she can sense it. Yes.
Yes. No, thank you so much for always carrying the voice of the little bit. They're very appreciative, and we can't wait to toast with you in person.
I would love it. Family businesses really are what makes this country strong. So we appreciate it. Makes the Bay Area strong, and certainly you're not going to have any. I think you're going to have more people saying, wait, I want to come in next. And so hopefully the appointments and the curbside pickup continue robustly as we move forward together. So, and for more
thank you so much.
Of course. And for more interviews, coronavirusnow.com. We always have them there. Thanks so much.